guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about last night in Soho. So you may or may not know that this was like one of my most anticipated movies of the year. It has been like on my list since last year. Like last year was my most anticipated one and it ended up not being released last year. And this year is actually in my second place. There's one movie that I'm even more excited about than this one. But this was one that I was just really hyped about, and I tried to avoid everything. All I knew about this film was that it starred Anya Taylor-Joy, Thomasine McKenzie, and Matt Smith. It is directed by Edgar Wright, and it has something to do with time travel. At least that's what I've heard. So yeah, that's what I knew. I avoided all trailers, all reviews. It was kind of hard, at least on social media, to avoid stuff, but luckily the trailers weren't played in any of the movies that I went to see in a theater, so that was good. So I didn't have like to run out of the theater or anything. But yeah, so just so you know that I was really hyped about this film, and I'm just really happy to be finally talking to you about it. And I'm happy that I got the opportunity to watch it before it is officially released, which is here in Portugal. It's today, the day I'm filming this, and I watched it last night. And in the US, I think it comes out tomorrow, at least as of the day that I'm filming this. I hope I can put this one out today, but we'll see. And yeah, without further ado, let's talk about it. So I didn't know anything about it, so I went in completely blind, which was quite an experience. It has been a while since I've done that. I always like watch one trailer or know something about the film, and I didn't know anything about this one. Like I knew vaguely that it involved time travel of sorts, but yeah, I had no idea how the film would look. I saw one or two photos, mainly from the filming when it was still filming, so I didn't know anything. But I'm gonna tell you like a little summary, but if you don't want to know the summary, just skip a little bit so you just hear my spoiler-free thoughts. So in case you want to know a bit more than I did, this film follows a girl that is passionate about fashion, but she's also really passionate about the 60s. And for some reason, like mysteriously, she is able to go to the 1960s. And then she finds out that 1960s London isn't exactly what she thought it was. So yeah, that's all I can say without getting into a lot of details. And as I said, this is way more than I knew when I went into it. So as I said before, this film stars Thomasine McKenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, and Terence Stamp, but it mainly focuses on Thomasine McKenzie's character. So yeah. With all that said, let's get into my thoughts. So, needless to say that obviously I was really hyped about this film. Good thing is I didn't really have an idea of what to expect. I just really wanted to watch it. So not having really an expectation it was interesting, as I said. I don't think I ever went in without knowing anything. So once I came out of the film, I was just really confused about my feelings because I didn't know anything, and then I experienced all of it. Like everything to me was new, and yeah, I just had to process the film a little bit. But once I thought and I slept on it, I'm just obsessed right now, and I love the film. It is a gorgeous film, and I don't think there's really one thing that it's really bad. Everything is amazing. Like, I loved the sets and the locations. It's set in London, and I loved it. I loved the vibe, the 60s vibe. The soundtrack is so groovy, all like 60s, and yeah, the movie is a lot of 60s, and I loved it. The performances, I was already expecting something good, at least from Anya Taylor-Joy. I know she's a great actress and I love her, but Thomasin McKenzie and Matt Smith are just so good. Like, Thomasin McKenzie is just overall great. She has to do a lot of things, and yeah, she's so good. And Matt Smith, I'm not really familiar with his acting. Obviously, I know him, but I haven't really seen a lot of stuff with him. But it was so menacing and just terrifying. I wish we got a bit more of him. I don't think he is as present as the female leads. But yeah, every time he's on screen, he's quite terrifying, I would say. But to me, the best thing about the film is really the style and the costumes. I'm obsessed with the fashion, and I just want to have an all 60s wardrobe now. Like, yeah, and that's a great thing because the movie is about a girl passionate about fashion. So the costumes being like the standout to me is like great, because it's all about that. So I just love the fashion, like the styling. Yeah, amazing. And obviously the cinematography is also stunning, like great visual. It has like a lot of neon lights, I love that. But it just has amazing like camera work and different shots. I really enjoy the cinematography as well. And the story, I think it's not bad. It's just not on part with everything else. Like, it is a bit predictable, and it has like those teenage horror vibes, which aren't the worst, but you can feel that a little bit. But I was always engaged, and I just wanted more. And once it gets to the third act, I think that's when the movie really sets not only on the horror, but also on just how great it is. Like, I love the first part, but the third act really solidified my love for the film. So yeah, I think it's great, even though it is a tad bit predictable. And I can totally see this being one of my all-time favorites. Like, right now I just want to rewatch it because it just has a great vibe, and it has enough of everything, like the horror, the drama, the beautiful imagery, songs. Everything is so good, and yeah, I just want to watch it again. So I highly recommend you go watch this one. Okay, now that I said all my thoughts, let's move on to my scores. So overall, I give the film a 4 out of 5. I might give it a higher score in the future, but as of now, I'm confident with a 4 out of 5. It's great. Cinematography, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't think I need to say anything else. It just has a bit of everything, like your usual shots, some different shots, like camera work, and just really great tricks, because it has a lot to do with mirrors, and that's a tricky thing to work with. So yeah, I just think it looks stunning. And originality, I give it a 3.5 out of 5, because the story is predictable, as I said, but there's something to it that makes it different, that makes it stand out from all the other horror movies that it could look like, but there's something to it that it's different. And yeah, I think it's not super original, but there's like a sprinkle of originality in there that makes it stand out. So yeah guys, these are my thoughts on Last Night in Soho. as I said, I highly recommend you go watch it. And once you did, or if you have seen it already, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite thing about the film. Was it the visuals, the acting, the score and the soundtrack, or was it the costumes? Yeah, let me know everything in the comments. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.